Welcome back YouTube. This is part 2 of our How to Paint a Boat series. We are working on this Pro line here, and today we're going to get down to priming our surface. Just to recap from part 1, we already showed you how to pre-wash the surface to remove oils and waxes. Then we guide coated and sanded the hull sides. We also showed you some small repairs with glazing putty and a final wash to remove all the sanding dust. So before we dive in, please go and hit that like and subscribe button. It really helps keep the channel alive, and it will keep you updated with all of our new content. So let's get started. Now that our surface is sanded and prepped, we need to cover and mask the parts of the boat that we are not going to paint. There are many ways to go about this. In this project, we are going to use 1.5 mil plastic or visqueen to cover the top side of the boat. This particular roll opens up to a 20-foot width, so it covers this boat easily. Just roll out the plastic to cover the length of the boat, plus a little extra to compensate for the height of the console. Use 2-inch painters or automotive masking tape to secure the plastic all around the top of the boat. For this particular boat, we are using 3M automotive tape. It's tacky enough that it would adhere to the plastic and the surface. Plus it has some flex that will help make the bends on the boat. We also use 36-inch masking paper for the bottom portion and 12-inch paper along the rub rail. We did this so that we can easily remove the paper and replace it when we are ready to paint. It's much more cost effective, and it will save you from having to apply a new sheet of plastic on top of the boat. You can also use the paper to cover any ladders or platforms. Now it's time to do a final chemical wipe down. We are using Sunterra wipe down cloths. These are great for surface cleaning because they do not leave any lint or residues. A chemical wipe down is important because you will pick up any small particulates and prevent any reactions when you spray. Use a solvent with a long evaporating time like the Xalta VS1000 to complete this step. Use 2 rags. First, spray your solvent on the surface, making sure you cover the whole surface. Then use 1 rag to wipe down the surface from side to side. Then use the second rag to go over the surface again. Do this in small sections throughout the entire surface. Why 2 rags? The first wipe is to spread the solvent evenly and help lift up the particulates. The second wipe picks up the remaining dust and leftover solvent so it will not streak on the surface. Now for the final part. We are using Xalta epoxy primer. We are going to use the 4:1:1 mix ratio, which will give us a finished primer consistency. Remember that after you mix it, you have a 30-minute induction time. The induction time is the initial reaction the catalyst has with the base. This is the period when the chemical reaction between both components is highly active, causing a release of gases from the mixture. Take a close look at this mixture and notice the small bubbles that appear. If you don't let the mixture go through its induction period, these small bubbles will appear on the surface after spraying, causing pinholes. This can ruin an entire paint job. We are spraying our primer with a DeVelvis Techna Pro Light with a 1.4 tip. This will give us great flow for this type of thicker mixture. Gun setup is very important, so make sure that you have the right tool for the right job. This sprayer end is great for all types of applications and is very reliable. We'll use it again when we spray our top coat. Now we spray. Before you spray, make sure that your gun is set at the correct PSI and that you're getting good enough flow out. Try it on a piece of scrap to get the setup and the rhythm right before committing to your surface. Work on a small section at a time and focus on even coverage and consistent strokes. The distance from the surface to the gun should be about 6 inches. Remember to always keep the gun moving and not to fixate on one spot. We will sand the primer when it's dry, so it will take you a couple of coats to build up enough thickness. Always follow the product's overcoat window directions. Now that our boat is primed, we let it cure for at least 24 hours before we can sand it. That takes care of part 2. On our next video, we'll cover the final sanding and prepping and spraying of our top coat. If you have any questions, feel free to post it on the comments. And remember that all the products we used on this video are available for you at meritsupply.com. Thanks for joining us today. Don't forget to hit that like and subscribe button and post any questions you have down below. and go and check out all our other cool videos. We have a ton of great content to share with you. You can also follow us on Instagram so you stay up to date with the latest news in the industry and all of our sales and promotions. And don't forget to visit our website at meritsupply.com so you can see the full lineup of great products we have for you. Thanks again for watching, and we'll see you again on the next one.